fucking Paul Rudd just be like trying to hit on Katie the whole time, just like doing push-ups in front of her.
Oh, that's so good.
Smell like a burger.
I don't like you. That's still in the.
Oh, you still haven't caught the? There's this one. Oh man, there's a line.
Is there a lot of throwbacks to lines and stuff like that?
No, well, he says a line to her where he's like, "You want to get cut off this? You want to get cut off this long greasy dick?"
Jesus Christ!
Like he said, yeah, he says it so. It's so good.
Oh man!
So we're at the first boss.
What I was thinking of actually, you know, we were talking about Bloodstain and all that stuff, and but this level, particularly this background area, reminds me a combination of two things.
What's that?
Part of Legacy of Kain Defiance, you're walking down this hallway, and there's a picture of Raziel as a vampire, and then there's a picture of him as the weird alien creatures.
Okay.
Because the pictures in the background remind me of that. And there's like these tomb areas that you go to get upgrades, and it also.
I'm just wasting time because I wanted to say something, but no, go ahead.
And it also reminds me of one of the first levels of Ghouls and Ghosts.
Yeah. It says Enzo on this like tomb for some reason.
Enzo.
I don't know what that's a reference to, because I think it is.
I'm sure it is. Enzo.
It's like a reference to like another Capcom game or something. I don't know. A lot of this game is references to other games anyway.
Reference the game.
Which
I get
the intro to level 5 is like one of my favorite intros because it's a Devil May Cry reference.
Yeah.
By the way, this might be in a separate episode, but Nothing. It's the reissue of the album Nothing
okay.
by Meshuggah. I looked it up and then I turned my phone off and forgot to double check and see what it was called. But yeah, so it was a reissue of Nothing.
Plot twist. That means things always go wrong once before you get to the happy ending. Hello?
Right.
Hello?
Remember that line? That comes up at least 2 or 3 more times in this game.
Alright, I will say this about Clover / Platinum Games. They are fucking good at art styles.
Yeah.
This is a good art style. Okami is a good art style. Wonderful 101 is a good art style, and they stick with that fucking art style.
Enzo is from DMC.
Okay.
Not from DMC, but from Devil May Cry. Sorry, let's call it what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
This game stood out for me the most because, like, there was a... It was probably, like, months before this game was coming out that there was a, like... There was an article and some, like... I don't want to say it was Shonen Jump or some... It was, like, some other random, like, import video game magazine.
Okay.
That I was looking at like, a Kogo's at one time. And they had an ad for
Kogo's?
this... Yeah, I know, right? That's a fucking reference.
I know.
Damn it. And they were advertising it. They're like, oh, new from Japan. This, and there was like a whole article about this game, and like talking about how it's in Japan, like it may get localized. I'm like, I fucking want this game to get localized because this looks so fucking cool. Because at the time there wasn't like cell shading. They haven't done games like that.
No,
like,
yeah,
there wasn't
wasn't a ton of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean this was.
This may have, I don't know. I mean, this could have been the first. I don't know.
It's definitely up there.
This and Okami had a lot of cell shading.
Yeah, but this was first.
There was that 13 game, that shooter that came out that was apparently based on a comic book and then, like, apparently ends on a huge cliffhanger. I read.
Yeah.
Killer 7 is
cell shaded.
Is also cell shaded. I don't know why. I always have problems saying cell shaded. I have to like enunciate it. Otherwise, my mouth is just like. Fuck!
Kind of like how I can't say the word inflatable guitar.
What?
I was in this one-act play when I was in like my senior year of high school, and I think I might have told this story, but like, it was.
I didn't hear it.
Okay.
I've never heard this before.
So there was this one-act play. It was called The Smokers, and it's basically about this like the worst band ever, and like I played the bassist, and like it's just like
the most useless part of the worst band ever.
Right, exactly, and
Zing!
It's a
And
joke
like
because I
the
also
lead
played the
singer is
bass.
like trying to be this fake British guy, and it's really ridiculous. I still have the script somewhere. It's like really,
I was clearly.
it's
I filmed
so
it.
dumb. It's funny.
I filmed it. It was bad.
Yeah, it wasn't great. I mean, I don't think it was awful by any means. But anyway, there's one part where it's like I don't really play anything. You could just use an inflatable guitar. And like when I was doing it in practice, I was like, an inflatable guitar, and I would just like mumble my words. So the way we compromised is that like because I wouldn't say it right, I basically said it like I was like questioning it, like an inflatable guitar. Like it was like I would inflatable guitar question mark.
Right.
So that way I said it slower so I didn't fuck it up.
Yeah.
So people knew what I was saying.
Words are hard sometimes, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, come! This is another reason why I love this game.
You can sleep as much as you want now.
Joe wanders
This narrator.
Yeah.
and gallantly fights evil to rescue Sylvia.
Narration can literally like make or ruin a game.
Absolutely.
It's really good in this, though.
Yeah,
I
it
love
is.
it.
You know what? You know the game where narration is the best thing ever?
What?
Isn't Bastion?
I don't know what that is.
Bastion is the people who made Transistor. I don't know if you know what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
It's an isometric action RPG, and the narrator is basically like a lot of times like you kill an enemy or you get hit, and he's narrating the fact that you got hit or you killed someone or whatever. It's like it's almost like active narration. It's pretty interesting.
Gotcha. So it's not as bad as like the Jerry the King Lawler like SmackDown 3 commentary.
No,
is it?
no. And it's like this grumbly old guy who sounds really cool. And he's like if you go through a level without getting hit, it's like
he did it without doing, he did it flawlessly or something like that.
he doesn't say it quite like that. It sounds more realistic. It's not so much like game soundy, you know what I
Video
mean? But
gamey.
Video gamey. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Dog.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Get the Air Joe. Airbud?
Get the Airbud.
It's my favorite
really
genre. That's my favorite genre of movies.
Airbud movies.
I really
Animals
want-
playing basketball.
Mine are Earnest movies. That's my favorite genre. Is Earnest. Is that a
this
thing?
level, and then
Ernest
level
meets Teen Wolf.
5 are my two favorite levels in the whole game,
Okay.
and they're just reprints of like it's just a palette swap for the other level.
Oh really?
Like we obviously won't get to it today, but this level and level 5 are like the only levels where you're in a city.
Okay.
So like this level's during the day and that level's at night.
Okay.
And you both levels start with you jumping out of a sewer like that. But it's so good though. Like it's not like done terrible, you know?
Right.
I mean there's like subtle changes to make it look like it's not the same level.
So, much like Dead Space, we discussed earlier that we will probably do the sequel to this eventually.
I'm gonna do the sequel to this, obviously.
But which one is which one do you prefer to play out of the two of them? This one or the second one?
This one.
Yeah.
It says a lot to it when I've probably played the second one twice. And I've beat, like, when I first got this, I beat this probably 5 or 6 times.
Oh wow.
Because I at least beat it once for each unlockable character. And then I beat it as Joe in different difficulties. Just to see what they were like.
Because actually, the version you would have played it on was probably the PlayStation one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're playing on the Nintendo GameCube.
Yeah, well, no, I played the GameCube version.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, the GameCube. Yeah, because
You didn't buy the PS2 one until like maybe
just
years
recently,
ago,
yeah.
Because it has Dante
Dante from Devil May Cry.
Dante and Handel.
Randall.
Oh, fuck. That's not gonna even hurt me. Yeah, because you beat the game on adult mode, you unlock Sylvia. You beat it on... Whenever you beat it on adult mode, you unlock Sylvia and V-rated. you beat V-rated mode, you unlock Alistair, and then you unlock you beat it on V-rated, and you unlock Alistair and Ultra V-rated mode. You beat Ultra V-rated mode, you unlock Captain Blue.
Oh, okay.
You unlock Alice in Chains.
Yeah.
Or Jane's Addiction.
Can I okay, so I know we've talked about this song. We've definitely talked about this song before, but I was thinking about it the other day, and that's why I posted Alice in Hell on your wall.
Alice in Hell. It's hilarious to me that it's one of those. It's like the album is called Alice in Hell, and then the song is called Alice in Hell.
Yeah.
I just love, like, the vocals for the chorus are so fucking stupid.
Alice in Hell.
Did we listen to that? Or, like,
Yeah, we
watch
did.
the video of it?
Yeah, we did.
Because
It was right after, because I listened to it on XM, and I talked about it. I think it was during Wonderful 101. And I was like, we have to listen to this. It's so ridiculous.
Bad.
And I've actually been on a really weird, like, watching guitar players play really goofy shit kick recently. Because I was watching a video of Jeff Waters, the guy from Annihilator, that did the Alice in Hell song, and I was like, man, that dude's a really fucking sick guitar player. Like, wonder what he's up to. Apparently, still in Annihilator. But I've been on this weird kick of just like, it was like I watched that, and then it was just like one thing after another. It was like, hey, watch John Petrucci play this solo, and I'm like, okay.
And you and I were talking about today
masterclass.
about the John Petrucci masterclass videos, which are videos of John Petrucci like either playing, like doing like tutorials of like how to play stuff or like showing around his equipment.
Yeah.
But it's a guy. But it's a guy like dubbing it, and it's like him with his deep voice, like, yeah, if you press this button, it actually releases a bunch of bees out in the crowd and like kills everyone.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen those at all, Ando. They're pretty good.
I thought you were gonna start talking about the it's like where they take the audio out of everything.
The shred videos.
Yeah, those. That's what I
The
thought you were
shred
gonna...
videos are great.
Yeah, those are pretty
I
awesome.
love them.
They are really good.
They're so fucking funny.
But no,
and
I
one
didn't
of
see
the
the video you're
funniest
talking
ones
about,
is
though.
the Weird Al shreds, which where he's on stage just shreds a piece of paper and then everyone loses their mind.
Yeah. But yeah, I've been like, so I said I was watching a lot of like those like, you know, just like, hey, welcome to Guitar Blare. Like, watch this video. Because I actually stumbled upon a video, this is probably a few weeks ago. It was called Things Audio Engineers Hate. And I was like, well, this should be interesting. I'm one of those. So I watched it, and it was pretty funny. But apparently YouTube has decided now that I should be watching guitar videos. So I'm like, all right. So I went back and watched one of the John Petrucci Masterclass videos. The one where Yngwie Malmsteen's and he's like, this is Yngwie Malmsteen, he's my guitar tech. You know, he sucks, but I'll teach him something. Like, it's just, it's one of those early 2000s fucking stupid YouTube videos that I'll never forget, like Dancing Nathaniel.
I like
My
to
name is
dance.
Nathaniel. I like to dance.
Ah, shit.
Oh shit! Remind me when we're done filming this. I got to show you this cat video.
Okay.
There is Arlie.
Hey, look, there's the cat video
There's a
right now.
Okay, yeah. Speaking of now, see that person right there underneath the VFX bar? We'll see more of that later and how terrible it is.
Okay.
To be in a fucking. I thought it was pretty creepy to be in a fucking Nintendo game.
I'm really glad that you...
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but we'll see it later.
Tom, I'm glad you zoomed in on that for everybody.
This is a big blurry mess.
Kind of like that guy's face that follows you around during Spec Ops: The Line, who turns out isn't dead. Spoiler alert.
God, man. I fucking love that game.
Oh, yeah, that game's great.
I would love to play that for the show.
That's another one of those things, like, that ending is ruined everywhere. Like, if you don't know that ending, then...
Yeah,
then,
I've never played that game. I watched you play, Bird, I watched you play 5 minutes of it, and then, probably like 3 months later, I heard the ending, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's basically Heart of Darkness.
Yeah.
Which is good in a way, but it was a fucking slog to read in school. Not in school.
I never read it. But
I read it.
I know the.
I read it in the Art Institute, actually, in a fucking writing class.
Here's a good story. Talking about terrible books you had to read in school. When I was just a wee Tom Jr. with his shaved head and Metallica t-shirts that were like 4 sizes too big.
With your red hair.
No, I didn't have red hair.
Red
at the time.
hair?
Yeah, I dyed my hair red one time. It was bad.
Guppy's mom called him Paprika for a while.
She called me what?
Paprika.
There you go. Sorry. Words are hard, Bird.
Words are hard sometimes.
We're just talking about
right.
how words are hard for you.
But yeah, so back when I was a little Tom Jr. And really started getting into metal. Shit, I just lost my complete fucking train of thought because of goddamn Paprika. What the fuck were we talking about?
Books.
Okay, so yeah, I had a class, I think it was in like 7th or 8th grade, and I had just gotten into like Metallica, so that was like my first taste of like metal.
Damn it.
But they have the song For Whom the Bell Tolls, and I'm like, I really like that song. I should read that book. And I read like 4 chapters of it, and I'm like, this is atrocious.
Is it really bad?
It's so and here's the thing. I have problems sitting down and reading anyway.
I'm
Is
like
it
that
one of
too
those
sometimes.
ones that doesn't lead to anything ever?
I feel like I've read like 4 chapters and I felt like I got nowhere.
By the way, this is going to be my favorite power-up.
Bad.
The beautiful.
But go on. You'll see
But
it in
yeah,
a
like
minute.
oh my god, it was the worst. And like after that, anytime something was anytime I knew a song was a reference to a book, I never read it, which is why I didn't get into H.P. Lovecraft until I was like in college. Because I was like, books are scary and I don't want to read them.
Also, he said, may hero-ness be with you.
Good.
Yeah, zoom in is my favorite attack.
By the way, I don't think I ever made it past this.
Really?
I don't think so, because I don't remember this.
You don't remember
I think
the
I
zoom-in
barely
power?
made it past first level.
Yeah.
I sucked at this game.
Yeah, here's one of the things that I can tell you. When I first got this, again, as I've mentioned several times, I got a GameCube when nobody cared about the GameCube. So, like, I just looked at the box of this Viewtiful Joe copy that I got when I got my GameCube. It was $6.99.
Oh, God.
The game was $6.99. So, I mean, that
shows you how much
that
how
shows
old
you
it was,
how long ago it was when people didn't care. And I pulled off the price tag on that, and underneath of it was an older price tag that was like $25.99.
I love doing that. Like, if there's a game and has 2 stickers of like,
Yeah.
what was it originally?
Yeah. But yeah, just whoo!
I always
boy.
love it when it's like 10 or 20 bucks. Like the bottom one is 10 or 20 bucks more than what you paid.
Yeah.
The zoom in power up is easily the strongest thing you can have in the game.
Oh, really? What I was gonna say is the reason I never made it past that point is because when I bought my GameCube and bought this game, like, I've always loved video games. But, like, as a kid, and even into, like, my college years, like, I didn't really start getting into collecting games and owning video games and video game systems until I was in college. Because, like, Bird and I didn't have an NES or a Super Nintendo or anything like that when we were growing up.
We
Like,
didn't have all those fancy things.
Yeah, like, we had a Game Gear, and that was it. And,
Yeah.
like,
And you had an N64 at one point.
Well, yeah, that was when I was in high school. But, like, so I wasn't very good at difficult games. And, like, you don't think of this game as being difficult.
Yeah, like,
But when you
was not
spend-
expecting it to
Yeah.
be like this.
Whenever, like, the first time I played it, I was expecting to be able to do what you would do for, like, a beat-em-up game, where you can just stand there and you can just punch the shit out of something, and then it would die, and then you keep moving.
I mean,
And-
this technically is a beat 'em up.
Yeah, it
yeah,
is.
a
It
lot
is.
of the you don't realize because you're really good at this game, but a lot of the, like, when you've got to, like, slow down and do all these different mechanics that use all this meter, that's a little difficult for some people.
And especially...
And it was definitely, like, I remember playing it, and it was kind of difficult for me. I mean, it wasn't, like, horrible, like, I could manage, but, like,
Yeah.
I was never that great at this game. Like, never that great.
Yeah, so when I first got it...
But the whole, you know, backstory and, like, everything was always interesting to me.
Yeah.
So I knew, like, what went on in
Damn
this
it.
game from other people, but,
Yeah.
like, I never couldn't really get into it.
But yeah, I didn't start getting good at playing video games until I was in college because I had systems where I could sit there and do nothing but play them. And like that's why I love Mario 64 so fucking much. Because that was one of the first games that like I ever personally owned that I beat all the way through. But this game, like the mechanics of this game aren't difficult by any means. But when you're used to games where you can just walk forward and hit the punch button and win, it's a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
There's a lot more mechanics there. So, yes, I will admit that at one point I was terrible at video games. I think we've all been there.
Yeah.
We're all still there. But yeah, I think that's why I never made it very far in this game, is because at the time when I got it, I wasn't. And I know it sounds ridiculous to say like, oh, you're not good at video games. Like, no, you're probably just not good at one video game. But like, if you don't play a bunch of video games, you're not really good at any of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It seems strange to say that, but I mean that's the way unfortunately that's where I was at the time. I was just not good at all.
Fuck you! I punched you.
Like we talked about in the Resident Evil playthrough, like Hobbs helped me beat that game.
Yeah.
When we were in college, and he actually helped me unlock about 75, if not 90% of the unlockable characters in Smash Melee.
A lot of the games that I remember like beating for the first time, or when I got my PS2 when I was living up
Atlanta Falcons.
like a lot of the stuff and it was all stuff because I didn't own a lot of those games because originally that system was borrowed from somebody. Mm-hmm. And the hilarious story behind that is that he was like, hey, I was like, hey, can I borrow this so I can play some games? He's like, yeah, I don't play it, just don't like whenever you move, like ask to buy it off of me, and like I asked to buy it off of him. I bought hit like all his games and everything for like and the PlayStation for like $70.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I rented a lot of games, and I remember renting this for PS2, and I remember renting, you know, X-Men Legends and you know, all sorts of shit. I remember renting Just Cause for PS2. And I remember,
that was for PS2.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was early.
Holy shit.
That was like early 360 where you could get that for like PS2.
Wow.
And that game was fucking fun.
I didn't realize that was so late.
The best part about the first one is the first one has like a legitimate story to it.
Yeah.
Like the second one is like get a bunch of points and then do a story mission, and there's like 7 story missions. That's it.
Yeah.
But that game is so ridiculous it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
So insane.
The PS2 era is a weird thing.
Because there's so many games.
Damn.
Yeah. Wow. That brought me back. I heard that a lot. But yeah, like there's a lot of PS2 games that like I just remember playing the shit out of. Because when I was in high school and stuff, I knew a lot of people that had PlayStations, so it wasn't like I didn't play those games.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's so many PlayStation 2 games. Like every time we go to like the exchange or something like that, like I will always look at NES games, N64 games, and PlayStation 2 games. Because the PlayStation 2 had so many games, you don't remember all of them. No. You know what I mean? Like you don't remember. Like I didn't remember until I was probably in college. I didn't remember about Shaolin Monks. And now, granted, it didn't come out. It wasn't out for very long before that. But still, like as much as I love Mortal Kombat, like I just never remember. And there were so many games like that like you constantly forget about on that system.
And that's where I played Resident Evil 4 for the first time too. That was one of the first like games like that I remember beating.
Yeah.
So like yeah, there were a lot of stuff on PS2 where it's like that's where I finally got into console gaming was on the PS2.
Right. And what I think is funny now is that like I get like when Guffy and I do Guffy Sucks at Games, like, I laugh now because, like, Guffy and I have joked for years, but, like, the amount of times, like, when we're playing a game that I have to be like, Guffy, go to your left. Your left.
Your other left.
Your left. Go to your left.
No, turn around.
Yeah. Like,
God
turn
damn
around.
it.
Go to your left. Like, the amount of times that, like, I have to guide him to get somewhere, like, I remember exactly what that's like. And, like, so when I get annoyed with Guffy now, sometimes I'll sit there and be like, God damn it, you used to be just like this.
Yeah.
Like, you fucking jagaloon, you were so bad.
That's like watching those. It like reminds me of like me and my cousin when we were little, like playing Mega Man. Like, no, do it this way.
Yeah.
Like Guffy is me,
Yeah.
and you're my cousin yelling at me to do
Yeah.
it the right way. I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck.
And what's hilarious is now is that, like, I fucking love Mega Man, but you
Yeah.
watched me play Mega Man the other night,
Yeah.
whenever that was, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, like, it takes me like 3 or 4 fights with a boss to figure out the pattern.
That's why I was like, you didn't pick Gravity Man first?
No, I didn't. You know why?
Easiest.
Napalm, that's not true. Napalm Man is easy as shit. All he does,
I'm sure he is.
He does Toadman tactics. He shoots and then he jumps, and then you duck underneath him and you shoot him with a charge-up blast. He shoots, he jumps, you duck underneath, you do the slide underneath him and shoot him. Like I beat him super easy once I figured that out.
You know what? I probably never noticed that because I'm playing like going the method of like their actual weaknesses. Whatever his weakness is, I don't even fucking remember. I
Yeah.
probably destroy him in like 2 or 3 hits because of it.
Yeah, because like every time I play a Mega Man game, I'm like, all right, who should I start out with? And I won't look it up at first. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
who should I start out with? And I'll try a couple of different levels, and I'll get to a couple of different Robot Masters, and I'm like, you know what? This isn't working out. This, I
Oh, shit, I didn't
can't.
notice
This
that.
guy, I have to use this guy's weakness to beat him or whatever.
Yeah.
And then eventually, much like most people now, with them damn internets, I'll look it up.
Those damn internets. Oh,
I'll look it
fuck
up.
you, car.
And I'll find out. A lot of people suggested for Mega Man 5. A lot of people suggested you start with Napalm Man, just because of being able to exploit his
I forgot
fucking his quote unquote jump and shoot pattern.
Okay.
So that's where I got that from.
Yeah.
But I did see a lot of people also suggested to start with Gravity Man. So it was kind of
Because with Gravity Man, when he switches,
You
then
just
you
go
just shoot.
just
and
shoot.
you
That's
do
all he
that.
does.
right. When I fought him, my problem with that is that I could never tell when it was coming. So like I would only hit him with just like a lemon, just like the regular,
Yeah.
like the regular
Yeah,
shot.
lemons.
By the way, hold on. This is what I was getting at.
Is that a
Topless and bottomless. Yeah.
Oh,
Just
Jesus.
look at that. And also, play guys. So that's a guy there. See, drag queens.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's
I was
pretty
like,
awesome though.
I'm playing this. I'm like, wait, what? Really? Oh, these Bianchis are also my favorite. Oh no, not yet. There's a section where 2 cars like sandwich you in, and it's the 2 Bianchis that are like dressed like girls.
Can I tell you that every time you say Bianchi, I think about the the Middle Eastern guy from
Here they are.
from Eternal Darkness.
Oh yeah, Roberto Bianchi.
Yep.
I hate that they do that. They do that stupid bad girl thing from No More Heroes, where they feign like they fell over, that you can like they sucker you into hitting them, and then they fucking like wreck your shit.
Oh yeah, they have like a counter.
Yeah. Fuck.
That's another one that needs to eventually be played on this channel.
Oh yeah, I want to do that. That would be cool. I fucking
I've never played that, so if anyone's
Yeah,
playing that,
you're
it's
fucking
me.
playing that.
I forgot zoom is good on these 2, on them, because they like zooming like stuns enemies.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to figure out exactly what the tactic was there.
Fuck. Yeah, zooming is good for them. It's good for most enemies because it stuns them. Like they'll just be like dazed for whatever reason. Like, and zooming in and punching is like the strongest, like almost the strongest thing you can do.
Oh shit! Yeah. I also like that the bat from the previous level is in the background there.
Oh, Charles III. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, look, it says Enzo there though, which is really weird because his name is Charles.
I don't know. Enzo is also that little Italian guy in.
Yugoslavia.
Yeah, he's the Yugoslavia guy from. There's a cat driving that car.
Yep. There's cats like everywhere in this stage.
Yeah, he's the Yugoslavia. There's one. The Yugoslavia guy from Bayonetta. So is like the purple water shit, is that bad?
It's poison, yeah.
Okay.
If you stand too long in it, it'll hurt you.
Gotcha.
I'm coming down here because I always forget if there's like film canisters down here to like raise my VFX bar. But it was just cheeseburgers. I needed them anyway, whatever.
That's fine. Cheeseburgers are delicious.
It's fine. They're chili.